Vans goes galactic. Supreme gets stormy. And diamonds are forever. This is StockX Market Watch. The past week belonged to two brands you don't always associate with sneaker resale, as Vans and NASA teamed up to launch their iconic space Voyager line. It was a major moment for NASA, which is getting owned in the space race by Elon Musk and Richard Branson and hasn't put a W on the board since 1969. So it makes sense that they take a break from space and try their hand at sneakers. The big winner from the collection was the old school true white colorway, which racked up nearly 2,000 StockX sales in its first week alone. And while resale prices are low, just $140 for the 1 week average, retail prices were even lower. So profit margins have been averaging a healthy 65%. And the Voyager profits aren't just sitting, instead they're heading skyward. While resale value typically falls in the week after a big release, the Voyagers have actually gained 30% in value over the past 7 days. That kind of trend is truly out of this world. Space talk, you see it. Meanwhile, the other big story this week was Jordan Brand's not-for-resale Jordan 1s, which are bringing more heat than Duke's freshman class. The shoe got a slot this week in Europe's exclusive release of 1s. Profits on the not-for-resale Jordan 1s were some of the biggest we've seen from any Jordan this year, so it's kind of hard to follow those instructions on the midsole. Margins on the red colorway clocked in at nearly 300%, while the maize colorway reached nearly 400%. Guess my man Jamal Murray wasn't the only one shooting the lights out this week. To the streets! While voters went to the polls this week, resellers delivered their own political verdict last week with Supreme's 18 and Stormy tee. Featuring original art from Richard Prince, the politically charged Stormy tee dominated the resale game for week 11, outselling every other product by more than 2 to 1 and flipping for more than 3 times retail. Meanwhile, Bape and Adidas teamed up for a snowboarding capsule that got more resale air than my girl Chloe Kim. While margins on the hoodie soared into the triple digits, the two jackets were barely profitable, while the snow pants actually sold below retail. So, while some resellers made bank, profits on this capsule have been more inconsistent than Pete Davidson's libido. To the weekend! Now, if you're like me, you've been refreshing Twitter non-stop this week to see when those canary yellow diamond SBs are dropping after they got canceled at ComplexCon. Now, luckily, we got the black pair of the diamond SBs getting a digital drop this weekend via the Sneakers app, along with the crispy white pair getting an in-store only drop. Now, all three are already going for well over retail, so cop if you want to skate harder than my man Dante DiVincenzo. Now, in other drops, if you're watching this, it's already too late, as the Nike Supreme Comme des Garçons Air Force One hit Supreme shelves on Thursday with some Firebox logo beanies for winter. Plus, we got Skateboard P dropping more human race colorways as part of his new inspiration pack. So shout out to my man Tony Robbins. This weekend, we're also getting some chlorophyll Jordan 3s that look straight out of a Spider-Man villain sneaker rotation, and ladies are seeing red with these women's exclusive Air Jordan Singles Day 4s hitting the shelves on Saturday. As for streetwear, Palace channels their inner Trick Daddy this week with a much anticipated collaboration dropping on Friday that you know is Polo. So expect that to do more numbers than Medicaid and marijuana did at the polls. Now before we go, special shout out to last week's StockX Select winner, North Carolina, come on, Razor. Shout out to my man Nicholas from Charlotte for taking home those cause companions. That's all for this week, ladies and gentlemen. For more StockX market insights, like and subscribe to us here, and follow StockX on Instagram and Twitter. And if you plan to cop any of this heat that we speak, let us know what in the comments below. We'll be sure to show you some love. Watch. Guess my man Jamal Worry. Who the f is that? Guess my man Jamal Worry. Guess my man Jamal Worry. Who the f is that? Who the f is Jamal Worry?